2 seconds too late, but we're live now.
Yeah, welcome everybody to this fucking chaos.
Welcome to Persona 5 Royal.
We were talking about the Idaho murders before. Sorry. To start the show on such a light note.
I do love seeing both D&D and Pathfinder fans both come together to say open D&D is the worst fucking idea we've ever heard.
Go on.
Oh, have you not heard about this?
I just came across a tweet from Will about it, but what's happening?
So let me get someone who can better explain it than I can.
Meanwhile, in the meantime, I'll say that Persona 5 had been a series that I've been planning to do for a long time. By the way, Royal came out, so I was like, cool, great, I can't wait to do this. Meanwhile, yeah, so that's why we're doing it, I guess. I just wanted to start the new year off with a Let's Play I wanted to get through. And this is one of my favorite RPGs of all time. In fact, it's the game I got introduced on to the Persona series, which I love a lot, so... Yeah,
Go on.
There's really good games. Most of them.
It's Kevin's Weeb Sono.
My god. They stole my likeness and dyed their hair black. How dare you?
His hair's not really that curly, though.
Not really. Nah. But it is a mess, and that's what I count.
Fair enough. We're talking early KR and Kevin here.
Yes. The one where, wow, they don't even really attempt to, shadow the faces of these characters.
Here's the good news. I don't know who the hell these people are, so the shadow is working, because it's not going to do me any good.
Yeah, of course.
So, we were talking about, birthday spots we used to go to as kids. There was one I remembered. I've been there 2 or 3 times, I think. It was an arcade in East Windsor. Or no, rather it was in Hightstown, shit. I get those two mixed up a lot, but... I keep remembering it because it was literally an arcade in a dirty-ass warehouse that somebody clearly just, threw some arcade cabinets in and just told the kids, go have fun! In hindsight, I'm like, whose parents saw this and thought, yeah, this is good. This is fun.
So, for context, Open D&D has to do with basically Wizards of the Coast trying to make changes to the Open Games license for D&D and their tabletop games. Basically, originally the Open Games license point was that to say that people can take certain content designed for D&D and other Wizards of the Coast owned games, namely game mechanics and such, and use them in their own derivative stuff. Basically allowing people to create new content for D&D, new sources, like homebrew source books and all that, new campaigns, blah blah blah, and then share them among other people. Well, they're trying to now change that to make a profit.
Of course they are.
Basically, the original Open Games license goes back to the early 2000s, and it established pretty forgiving set of guidelines for creators trying to build new content on top of the core D&D rules. It was a pretty short document too, from what I understand.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at what you're talking about.
I know. But it basically just clarified which parts of the D&D publications are open game content, namely rules and mechanics that would be hard for Wizards of the Coast to copyright in the first place, and which parts constitute product identity, which are trademark terms and such. Basically, fast forward to last month when Wizards of the Coast confirmed that it would be releasing an updated version 1.1 of the Open Games license in early 2023, ahead of their update for their already kind of like controversial 1D&D game platform. The announcement itself is pretty vague on the specifics, but Wizards of the Coast confirmed the updated license would come with new requirements for those making commercial content on top of D&D's base rules. Those making more than $50,000 per year from such content would be required to report that revenue to Wizards of the Coast, while those making more than $750,000 per year, a group Wizards of the Coast said surpasses fewer than 20 creators worldwide, would have to start paying royalty on excess revenue above the threshold starting in 2024. Basically, again, they're trying to say, hey, if you're making money on stuff that is like even a little derivative from D&D, pay up.
Matt Mercer is going to have words with them.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Good thing is we don't make money off D&D, so...
No, thank God.
Also, looking at the cutscenes in this game, I can kind of see why this is a lot more popular than the other games.
Yep.
Like the
Well,
animation
also, you're looking at a version that like drastically enhances like a lot of the stuff from the original.
Fair enough.
Like Royal literally was their way of saying, hey, we're gonna go back and spice things up, shine it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's the whole point of the Royal, the Goldens, the Fez.
Just make it prettier.
Yep, make it prettier, add some new characters.
So I'm just looking at a response from an article discussing the Justin Roiland situation. Someone responded with Bailiff having Justin Roiland at gunpoint in case he brings out the Morty voice thrown to the fence.
Yep. Meanwhile, I have a fucking gun.
fuck
Bam, 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 bam. Sorry.
So I'm sure none of you, because I'm the only pro wrestling person who is involved in the show at the slightest.
Actually,
I'm sure most of you have heard that Vince McMahon is trying to sell WWE, and there's been rumor going around that the Saudis would be the ones buying it.
Somehow,
oh yeah.
Vince has returned.
No, we know how. He just barged in and said, "I'm back," and they didn't stop him.
Like seriously, what the fuck does he have on them that he was able to do that?
I'm not a member of the Phantom Thieves.
Nothing. He just did.
And like that's what baffles me is that it's being allowed to happen after he left.
And it's not like they want him there. They actually want him gone. But anyway.
Like, again, that's why I think he must have something that's letting him do this. I just don't know understand what it is.
I think he's technically still owner of the company. He just was stepping down as like head showrunner.
Interesting.
But anyway, rumor has it now, and this is a big if rumor. Tony Khan, the president of All Elite Wrestling, WWE's current business rival, is looking to purchase WWE.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
That'd be amazing. Like, and here's the worst part of it all. It's not like WWE was hurting. They
No,
weren't.
I think it's literally Vince knows he's on the way out, and he just wants to get some like cash windfall when he does.
He also wants to screw over his fucking stepson and his daughter. Or
That
not
too.
stepson.
Well, wasn't it announced Stephanie was stepping down as co-CEO?
Yes. I think Nick Khan, who ironically is Tony Khan's brother, he's currently the only CEO of the company.
Interesting.
He's not CEO, but he is something along those lines. I said stepson, I meant to say son-in-law. Triple H. He's still the active creative head writer of the show.
Oh, see, that was your mistake. You didn't refer to him as Triple H. How am I supposed to recognize who you're talking about?
Well, everybody knows Trips and Steph got married. It happened on TV. You know what? I shouldn't go down that road. First of all, it's not how they actually got married. Second of all, it wasn't actually cool. And by that I mean, no, that's illegal. Oh wow, that's a lot of guns.
Well, of course. It's the police. This is all real.
Every time I hear somebody say it's the police, I think of the
Woo, woo,
What's
that's
that
the sound of
fucking
the
movie?
police.
no from Kung Fury when Hitler calls 911. He goes, "Is this the police?"
Oh.
Before shooting bullets into the talking part of the phone and killing the chief of police.
Yep.
Of course.
So I bet you're wondering, how the heck did I get myself into this situation? Well,
Well, it
I'll
all
tell
goes
you.
back.
You see that syringe? They may have put a little bit too much truth serum in me.
God, he wears plaid pants. He deserves to go to jail.
Well, it's his school uniform.
He deserves to go to jail.
We're the fashion
Yeah, no,
police. Plaid
I
pants,
love how, like,
suspenders.
I love how fucked up this is. Like, this is a teenager that they've been violently interrogating and injecting with fuck knows what.
Yep. We'll teach you for having the number 2 on it's completely asymmetrical from your vest.
Keeping in mind, as far as I recall, they didn't actually, like, do any, like, provable physical crimes.
No.
Like, am I wrong there, Kevin?
I don't know what you're talking about. We were clearly just arrested at this casino where demons pop out of people. Like,
that's my point. Like, what do they actually have on us that they're able to do this?
do you want like the long-term spoiler where we're gonna get to that
I've
eventually?
played most of Persona 5,
Yeah.
but like, just like, but from what I remember, they don't really like
Well,
steal any actual things.
Here's the thing: the main big guy knows,
Right.
and everybody is basically in his pocket. So
I
pretty
just think
much.
It's funny. I just think it's funny. Like, you're being treated like some hardcore like criminal. You've stolen so much things. They don't actually steal anything real.
I mean,
I treat him like he's
it
Lupin the
it
Third.
kind of it kind of manifests into a duplicate.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, but again, the original is still there.
Yeah.
Who's a better thief, Joker or Lupin?
I mean, Joker's
All right.
persona is based on Lupin.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
it was.
His persona Arsene is in reference to Arsene Lupin.
I was so stupid. I thought it was a reference to Lupin.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's pronounced Lupin because it's French.
Oh, here's the stupid part. I thought it was when you said Lupin. I thought it was the guy who shouts Lupin.
Well, that's
Katagawa?
No, the guy. Yeah, the guy who appears in like the elevator, is just like Lupin.
Yeah, Detective Katagawa for Lupin the Third.
All right.
No. Arsene, the persona, is based on the actual original like French like fiction character of Arsène Lupin, the Phantom Thief.
It looks like we're gonna have to bring our boy back, Eevee Bakugan. You know, for all those weebs out there, Eevee Bakugan.
What's Eevee Bakugan?
It's a character from our first, from the Persona 4 playthrough.
Yeah,
Forgot about that.
Eevee Bakugan.
Yeah.
My name is Eevee Bakugan. I come from a long line of Eevee Bakugan.
But then again, I might have fucked this up, and his name might be Bakugan Eevee.
Damn, potato, weird Japanese backward name.
Yeah. It's like, in Persona 3, I got bored and I named my character, Girl Shiz, but what it turned out to be was Shiz Girl.
Cheers, girl.
Yes, girls, relax. Pop some wine.
I'm Nijima from the public prosecutor's
Oh
office.
boy.
The prosecutor's office.
No, so I was before you got here, Kevin. I was talking to Tim about the fact that I just got back from seeing a showing of Shin Ultraman they were doing in my town.
Oh, that's
This
dope.
case is no longer sides.
For context for viewers, Shin Ultraman is done by the same team who made the movie Shin Godzilla from a few years ago, and they also have another movie coming out in a couple months, Shin Kamen Rider, where like, go
What
on.
the fuck is
I'm
Shin?
responsible for this
It
case.
it's Japanese for new.
Oh.
I will not be convinced. This is my case.
It makes for a fun naming convention though. So
Just like the new Warriors, new Avengers, new Teen
it literally,
Titans.
yeah, it literally just means new Godzilla, new Ultraman, new Kamen Rider, and it makes
New
sense because like Tim and I were talking about.
I
Like
understand.
basically the whole point with these movies is to like go back to like the original story of these characters and kind of like reimagine it a little bit, but while also like
I
using
didn't
modern
expect
graphic
You'll
cool
answer my
technology and
questions
special
this
effects
time.
tech to like still recreate the vibe of those OG like cheesy like 60s and 70s practical
Can you hear
effects.
me? It seems you've been through a lot.
All I have to say
Almost
about Shin
anything can happen
Godzilla
here.
is that's not
And I
Godzilla.
can't
He doesn't
stop
have
you.
his spirit.
That's why I need you to answer
But
me
he's
honestly.
got them thighs.
What was your object? Why did you cause such a major
By the way, I'm
incident?
quoting one of the
I didn't
original
think it was a
suit
plan
actors
from
of
the get-go.
Godzilla
It's
who
because I
saw the
couldn't figure out the
'98
method
film
behind it.
and walked out saying that exact line.
Damn.
It's not Godzilla. Doesn't have his spirit.
We're talking about the
This
American
isn't an issue of
90s
whether or
film,
not it
right?
can be used
Yeah,
against. I
98.
need to know.
Yeah.
This is my case.
That's a lot of
It
fish.
seems you're coherent.
That's a lot of fish. It's
When
funny
and where
because
did you
like
find out about how is it even possible
I mean,
to steal
Zilla
another
himself has a
product now?
fine
Tell me your
design.
start
She's
from the
Zilla
beginning.
herself.
Oh, you're right. Well, I don't think they actually have a gender, but
Yeah, but they refer to her as her from what I've seen.
fair enough.
Oh,
That being
fuck.
said, here's the thing: the movie itself is pretty bad. It's like, all right, it's a Roland Emmerich movie. Of course, it's bad.
Like, why did it have to be Godzilla?
Do you want the answer? Because I have it.
Money?
Oh no. So TriStar has been trying to make a Godzilla film for fucking 5 years up until that point. And
Also,
they
hold on real quick. Butterfly in the sky.
Yeah, I was about to say, so when you were done with the story, I was going to say, so our character tripped out and a butterfly told us that in our truth lies the answer, so, you
They
know,
injected me with that good shit.
yeah, just like, fuck, that truth serum hitting hard.
So, so TriStar went through multiple directors, multiple actors, all of them saying no.
And they landed on Matthew Broderick.
Well, wait. So they even went to Stan Winston, who said yeah, and made him a brand new Godzilla.
I've seen the Stan Winston Godzilla. It looks good.
And it got to the point where they just could not keep him around.
Man's a busy dude, especially in the late 90s.
So they went to Roland Emmerich and his producer buddy, I forget his name, and they said no. Because Roland Emmerich made it very clear. Godzilla is fucking stupid and I want nothing to do with it. I fucking hate that giant lizard.
What is it with American adaptations of like pop culture and shit, where like you get directors who despise the source material? We do that a lot.
Because big name, because he was a big name director at that point.
Like it's some like kind of ego trip where they're like, fine,
They
I'll
hold
work
it
with
for
the
it.
series that's beneath me, but I'm gonna class it up a bit for the fucking general audiences.
At least Chris Nolan had good movies before and after the Batman movies.
Yeah, you heard us, audience.
Damn.
Using the wording I've said to Tim multiple times, the Dark Knight trilogy, they are good movies. They're terrible Batman movies.
They're trash Batman films, but they're fine on their own.
No, they're good movies, and no one can ever like argue against Heath Ledger's Joker, but they're awful Batman movies.
Also, Heath Ledger's Joker is a little overrated, but anyway.
I mean, I think part of that is just because dude fucking died for that role, basically.
Well, yes, no, he didn't die for that role. He died.
I mean, I'm being a little dramatic in that.
Well, because everybody bought into the it killed him, but no, he was not.
He had a lot of issues that were separate from the movie.
Yeah, anybody who thinks that the Joker killed Heath Ledger is a fucking idiot, and I'm saying that right here. And everybody says, well, Jack Nicholson said, yeah. Jack Nicholson was jealous and bitter that he was not the best Joker anymore.
Also, Jack Nicholson's not exactly the most sound mind.
Exactly. So I don't care what he says. Anyway.
Ooh,
So
spooky face.
So TriStar got desperate, and they went to Roland Emmerich and his producer friend again, and they said, look, we just want this fucking movie made. We'll give you complete... They were like, we'll give you complete creative control. We won't say no to anything.
Oh, because that always goes well.
Yeah.
And Roland Emmerich said, fuck yeah, I'll do it. Keep in mind, a man who has stated he not only hates Godzilla, he despises the concept of it, and he thought the whole thing was stupid. but he'll do it.
No accounting for taste.
Yeah, because we've all seen his movies, and they're bad. Like they're all bad.
I do like how you just kind of casually pass like future side characters during this scene.
I think that's more a special in
Yeah.
it's
And you think they
no, they actually did. Doctor, what's her name? The doctor there, she actually does not walk past you in 5.
Okay, so
I don't think she does,
again-
at least. I've played through Persona 5 twice. I don't remember that happening, so.
but still, regardless of whether it's new to Royal or not, I think it's a nice touch.
Oh no, it's great. They do it a lot of on the nose things here. Like you'll see like more glimpse of two people's confidants here.
Okay.
So like you get to see the plot of like what's going on with their life.
But again, I think that's kind of the thing you want to do with this kind of game is like
Yeah.
you're here to like reinforce aspects and improve upon aspects of the original game.
Of course, yeah.
But no, like
And also there's a little guy that rides around in a cart in Mementos that boosts the effects of Mementos, so you get more XP and money by giving him stars.
okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies, like
Oh.
go watch Puss in Boots and The Last Wish. I know how that sounds like, especially if you've seen the original Puss in Boots movie. Like that, it's not a good like history with that franchise, especially with all the like crap side stuff they put on Netflix over the years. But go see this fucking movie; it's so goddamn good.
The thing with Puss in Boots is, I know the first movie is a little divisive, but I've heard it's mostly good.
It's whatever. At best, it's like a meh movie.
Yeah.
Because I mean, again, it was a Shrek spin-off a good couple years after the like series had ended.
Well, ended at that point in time, but
Yes, obviously, but
also I hear Shrek's in the new movie, so go see Shrek for a quick second.
literally a quick second.
Look,
I'm Sojiro.
let me put it this way.
I was wondering
When I saw that clip from the new Mike Myers Netflix show where Shrek saves Mike Myers, I cried a little bit. It's literally like seeing an old friend show up to save your life.
Nothing is stopping you from just going and watching the Shrek movies.
At least give you sheets.
You can't. You don't get it.
You look like you want
But no, genuinely like a shockingly like well done movie, both in story and God, the animation is fantastic.
Got a little bit of Spider-Verse bit to it, but still, it looks pretty good.
But like in a good way, like in a very good way.
In that-
Like they
Kind of
really like
shocking.
they very much use the opening scenes to like establish like the speed and tone of animation they're going for with this movie, and I think it does a fantastic job of that.
Also, apparently, the team that did Spider-Verse did a Netflix show with Kid Cudi, and I want to look into it, but I don't. Ironically, for somebody who writes TV pretty decently, I don't really like TV shows. I think they're too much of a chore to sit through.
Shujin Academy. We'll introduce ourselves
I also like. I think it's hilarious. I have seen people on TikTok uploading the entirety of Puss in Boots in clip forms, like back to back.
I kind of hate them for that because
That sucks.
And
No,
it's-
I
it's really
fully
bad.
do not endorse that. Please go actually like watch the movie in a way that like shows the studio, hey, people want to see more of this. Like this was really good shit. Give these people more money to keep doing this.
like if you're gonna do that strategy with TikTok and movie clips, do that for movies that are very hard to come across.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no. Don't get me wrong.
Movies that
There's some cases where like, yo ho, everyone. But like, in a case like this, where it's something that's very much breaking the mold and like going against the grain of like what's been happening in certain like factors of the industry, support it legitimately because it shows it's the only like your dollar is the only thing that communicates to the people funding these things that hey, this was a good idea.
Yeah, look at me. I went and I saw Pacific Rim in theaters, and look, we got a sequel.
I'm going to close up
You
shop.
see-
Well, we can't like always get what we want.
You see that
No.
crappy sequel? I did that with my money.
Bigger one looking
I'm
Also,
directly
and
responsible.
frankly,
Staying up
frankly,
late.
if you are the kind of person who doesn't want to go to theaters, Puss in Boots has been released on for purchase on some platforms already. Like
Well, I don't want to pay money. Well, go fuck yourself then.
you can watch this at home for the price of a couple movie tickets.
I have told you guys about the student who yelled at me about budgeting when I caught him not marking smoothie plus cups or all the specialty drinks we have.
You got Prime, you got fucking Apple TV, hell, you got YouTube, and you're willing to pay again the price of maybe 2 movie tickets. You can watch this movie at home. I highly recommend it.
Ah, fuck. We gotta relive our traumatic past. Hold on.
Oh boy, trauma.
Unironically, one of the best characters in the whole movie is Perito, the little weird dog sidekick.
Perrito.
Perito. His name is literally Little Dog because, as they explain at one point hilariously, he doesn't have a name.
Here's my thing. Is Zach Galifianakis back?
No, Humpty
Damn.
Dumpty's not in the movie.
Damn it! When will MODOK face be there?
Someone called the get in the car.
No, but frankly, there's 3 of what I'd call antagonists in the film, and all 3 are fantastic.
Pay the show.
Weirdly enough, there's one that's been almost completely absent from the marketing for the movie, and I find that very funny because he's not even the most interesting of the 3 antagonists. He's funny, but
Oh, it's that weird app again. It's right next to my game of Bunny Bunny Pongo.
yeah. For context, the whole reason your character is branded as a criminal in the first place before even all the Phantom Thieves shit happens is because you stopped a dude from harassing a woman, and that dude apparently had such amazing connections and was so fucking petty. He decided, I'm gonna ruin a
So-
teenager's life.
So, Jack, it's worse than that. We stop a straight up sexual assault and potential rape.
Yes. I felt like that was the implication. I just didn't want to say it out loud. On
Yeah, you're
stream.
right. It's just worse. I
Oh,
forgot.
it's so
I'm
much
sorry.
It's so much fucking worse. But no, yeah, no. But again, dude decides, I'm well connected. Time to ruin a child's life.
Yep. And
Anyway,
now we're
welcome-
a prisoner.
Welcome to Weird Kink Dungeon Prison.
Oh, wow. But whose kink is it?
Someone who should probably be in one of these cells, judging by who the guards are.
Well, I'm just waiting for it. I'm sorry. Oh man, what the heck is with all these chains? What's going on here? Welcome to my kink dungeon. I am
Okay.
Igor.
I'm gonna let that joke die there, just because again,
Yeah, no.
the guards have shown up, and I'd rather not.
Oh,
attract
you know
that
what?
attention.
I really... You're right.
Hey, look,
But,
Igor's here. Isn't he a weird-looking recurring character? Fun
Yes.
times. He's got a way deeper voice than you'd think.
Yep.
You're in the presence of our master. Stand up straight.
Welcome. I am
I choose to believe this man does not have eyelids.
This place
Why
is
would he
dream
need
and
eyelids?
reality, mind and matter.
You
Igor
cannot
doesn't
get...
need to blink.
The eyes are a gateway into the soul. In this place of soul, why would you ever need a gate?
I summoned you to speak of
Igor?
It involves
Yeah.
your life.
Igor. Well, Igor, but Igor, you know.
No, Kevin. Tim's doing a fucking dumb joke.
I know.
Still,
I
this is a
heard.
surprise. The
I
state
just
of this
didn't-
world reflects the state
I'm already off to a really awkward start, man. I really fucked up the commentary.
But,
What do
but,
you mean?
I, but I was told it was pronounced Igor. Well, you were told wrong, weren't you?
There is no mistake that
Wait, how do you fuck with the commentary?
No, he's just feels bad because he's stumbling over himself.
Yeah, a little bit. I do feel bad. I'm sorry. I'll be more careful about this shit. But yeah,
Such a fate.
Dude, worrying about it is gonna make it worse.
it really does. Like, it does not.
That is
He
your
has the
only
nose of a
worse, though.
Tengu, though.
ruin.
I mean, I think
Use
he's
the
like,
resolve to challenge the distortion
I
of
wouldn't
the
even say that. Like, his is kind of like, it's the wrong shape. It's very beaky, whereas like
Allow me to observe
Daitengu noses are very like, they almost curve
realization.
upward a little bit.
Yeah.
They
Pardon
call
me
you-
for not introducing the others.
Also, this guy needs some clear eye.
To your left, Ustine. They
Maybe you
serve
need
as
to
wardens
just think
here.
about that.
No. Look at his eyes. They're all veiny and red.
Look, he's got really outdated contacts. He hasn't been able to get some new ones here because it's a pain in the ass to ship to the Velvet Room, and like they're just really irritating his eyes. Please don't draw attention to it. He's very self-conscious.
Okay, I won't. I'm sorry.
Now then, it seems the night
Yeah,
is
you
waning.
better
It is almost time. Take your time to slowly come
Deja
to
vu.
understand this place.
Oh, damn it.
So the other thing that I find interesting about Royal compared to the original is it does add some additional personas that were not in the original game, including new like evolutions, effectively, of the main team's like core personas.
Yes, like above and beyond forms too.
Like for example,
Back, you're up.
Arsene gets a new evolution called Raoul, which was supposedly one of the aliases that Arsène Lupin used during his time in the stories. Again, I should clarify: Arsène Lupin is a completely fictional character.
Of course.
Like that's an important thing because I realize sometimes I refer to him in a very vague way. Obviously, a lot of people nowadays know him like due to the fact that like the character inspired the character of Lupin the Third, the Japanese anime character. Love those movies.
Yep.
Also, there was recently a modernization of the story on Netflix just called Lupin.
Yeah. Guess why the weebs got mad at that?
Because
Yeah.
it wasn't Lupin the Third.
Well, yes, but think of another reason why the weebs might have been mad about it.
Because he was black?
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, here is one of those hints, by the way. It was very subtle, but it is a hint to like her background story.
Hold on, I'm watching on Twitch, so I don't think I got it.
Yeah, it's tough. It's just like a really quick reference, and I kind of sped over it a little bit, but if you go back, you can see like a little subtle hint to her backstory.
Was it the like thing, the little cloth that your ID was on top of?
Oh, yeah. I don't wonder
Okay.
what that was about. That was weird. Wonder why she was so afraid to have you see that cloth.
Also, I didn't mention it earlier, but Sojiro, best dad.
Oh, of course. He is like the best character in this game, pretty much hands down. I think one
you
of
know-
them at least.
As someone like I don't watch it like it as consistently as I used to, but I do like My Hero Academia. He gives Aizawa vibes.
Yep.
Constantly exhausted and acts like he like doesn't give a shit whether you like succeed or fail or not, but he's like fucking committed to this kid.
Yep.
Oh, I mean the best character in fucking the show? That
Yes.
isn't Mike?
Yes. We will not be taking questions.
Dude just wants to sleep. That's all he wants.
Now the real question is, who does Aizawa end up with? Miss Joke or Present Mike?
No, this scene wasn't added in Royal. This one was in the past. No, was it?
Tim, you're not gonna respond to the thing I just put out there on the airwaves?
Wait, what'd you say?
I said, who does Aizawa end up with? Miss Joke or Present Mike?
Present Mike?
Certainly true.
You think?
Who's Present Mike?
Yep. The other teacher at the school who's like Aizawa's closest thing to a
Oh,
friend.
yes.
Ridiculous, like sound powers.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The term.
Yeah, Present Mike.
Yeah. I forgot what his name was. It's been a while.
Yes.
No, I follow this one guy on TikTok who does a lot of like sketch bits with My Hero, and one of the jokes he's done is that Miss Joke and Present Mike are both gunning to try to marry Aizawa.
What Miss Joke looks like.
Well, Miss
Again,
Joke,
it's been a while.
Miss Joke actually does flirt with him in the real show, so that one's more feasible. Also, hey, he just walked off screen, but a scumbag.
Still, you were expelled once already.
Also, they drive on the right side of the vehicle instead of the left side of the vehicle.
Well, because they drive on the left side of the road.
I see.
That's what it was like.
That's how it is in like any country where they drive on the left side of the road. Is the driver's seat is on the right.
Yeah. Why did you
Come on,
take
Kevin.
me?
Kevin, have you ever watched a Ghibli movie?
I've already been.
A Studio Ghibli?
Tim's only
Yeah.
bringing this up because he only recently watched Spirited Away.
I see.
It's true. It was very good.
So that's why it's so crowded. In fact, there was a real sad one just last month.
Actually, I think...
before you came here.
Yeah, I think this scene's a little longer.
Right, the girl that passed away.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is longer. They're
Imagine
hammering
that's
in...
most of the new content is just little extensions to pre-existing scenes.
Mhm.
Definitely don't remember you guys sitting in the car this long.
Yeah, I think the car scene was like, was basically Sojiro being like, fuck you, tomorrow you're fucking taking the train.
I'm too busy to be driving you every time you need it. You gotta be self-sufficient. Again, Sojiro gives Big Aizawa vibes because he acts like an uncaring douchebag, even though he's constantly fucking watching your back.
Yep. Hold on, this is a little upsetting to people.
Also, just because I just recently watched. Whoa, what's going on here?
I don't know, just the blood dripping from the mouth and the white-out eyes.
Ah, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't have a visual yet.
What was I gonna say? Recently, I just watched. I've been watching more Ruby, and also Crow kind of fills that bill too.
Oh.
Crow to a lesser extent. Crow doesn't have like the deadpan that I think Aizawa and Sojiro have.
Oh,
Crow
you mean...
gives the like uncaring goofball vibe.
Yep.
A little bit, yeah. Oh man, wait till you get to season fucking. Sorry, volume 7. Man, they rip your fucking heart out with Crow.
God.
I won't say. I won't say exactly what.
Seems a railway company in the Ministry of
I'm implying a lot
Transport
here,
blind
and
to
I
the
shouldn't.
There's no way they can hide. This
Also, before I drop My Hero Academia and then just go get a drink, I also have to mention, never forget, that Aizawa fucking all but adopts one of the students in particular.
I'm not caught up on season 4.
I think he showed up by then, though.
everything was labeled.
I don't
That's what you're
remember.
thinking, correct?
Fucking, why can I never remember like specific characters' names?
Now you
Shinso.
You and I haven't gone
Which
for
one's
a drink
Shinso?
in a while.
The kid who can mind control people if they answer his questions.
I must be going.
Okay, that's like season 5 for me. I
He was
think.
he was in the tournament arc.
Was he? I don't remember him at all.
So what you're saying is some kid can hand me a questionnaire and I can be brainwashed?
But literally, like his whole quirk is if he activates his quirk and asks you a question, and you respond to it, he like can give you like a mental command. You know, he appears in fucking episode 15, like during the sports festival arc.
Yeah, admittedly, I watched the dub, so maybe they cut some content.
I doubt it. He becomes like a decently like relevant side character. But no, again, so basically, like his whole vibe is that like he has a quirk that a lot of people assume would be like used by a villain. So he like struggles to prove himself. He gets transferred to the hero class,
Open the cafe.
and Aizawa gives him like one of his like
Just head upstairs.
scarf things.
Talk about a gruesome accident.
All right, hold on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a drink.
Diary. You may be under probation. There's no special limitations on what besides following. However, I'm obligated to report on you. Hey, I'm about to. Don't worry.
So,
Well,
you having a good time,
don't
Kev?
mess
Of
around.
course I'm having a good time. I have to get through, like, a bunch of story before the game begins, but I do enjoy, like, the in general plot of the story anyways, like, the whole setup and whatnot. I think I got, like, 2 in-game days before the plot begins.
Oh, jeez.
The ringing isn't coming from my cell phone. It's coming from downstairs.
Go from the house. Oh, I got another heart.
Hey, it's me.
Call
Ugh,
me Dick Cheney because I just got a new heart.
this is exactly what I'm talking about. You killers calling me over the phone, saying that you're here. Ugh. Wait, there's a killer in my house?
Wait, really?
Nah. No, I was just for some weird reason I fucking remembered the intro trailer to the fucking Velma series.
Oh god. So apparently the first two episodes came out today.
Not to say, I'm glad you actually picked up. Anyway,
And look, I'm not trying to be a hater, but it doesn't look very good.
Well, yeah. Oh. Okay.
Look. Even if it wasn't a Scooby-Doo product, which it wasn't
No,
supposed to be.
I mean, like, I just don't know. I haven't seen anything about it, so I have to see it to believe it, or one of those things.
You definitely have the healthier mindset than I kind of have.
I mean,
But
yeah,
also,
but
I
then,
don't-
like, there's cases like today, I watched, like, last night I watched Moist Critical react to Logan Paul's response, and I'm like, alright, I can see, like, overall, like, fuck the guy, but, like, I can also see, like, okay, cool. There might be one detail that will be, like, brought up in court that might prove a point, but, like, god damn it. Is this
it's
just, like,
about the
super
pig.
fuddled? Yeah. Apparently one of the guys interviewed was, like, actually a criminal, the one that took the code hostage or whatnot, and it's like, okay, sure. But then again, I'm like, was he... But then again, it also brings up more questions, like, was he in charge of hiring these people? Why did he hire, like, a shit ton of criminals?
Wait, who took what hostage?
Oh, the CryptoZoo thing.
Oh, that's different. That's a fucking whole other shit show.
Yeah, it is. That's the shit show. They took the code to the thing hostage, apparently, because they weren't paid, but the guy who took the paid code was apparently, like, has a criminal record or something. And then I sit here, I'm like, so did the person that did the business of negotiations. And then I'm sitting here, I'm like, who hired these people?
Logan Paul, probably.
I mean, like, yes, but, like, then, I mean...
I just realized I was muted while I was trying to interject there.
Okay,
No,
sorry, what was the interjection?
No, in regards to that, like, this is still a thing, though.
I mean, it's still a thing, and I'm just sitting there, I'm just like, how could he... How come... like,
Yes.
I don't even know what the game part was supposed to be. Like, those are the questions I asked. Like, I know nothing about the case, I didn't really dive, I'm not gonna, like, go into a full investigation and be like, oh, this guy's clearly wrong. I'm just like, these are the questions I have after, like, watching all this stuff. Like, what the fuck? And then everybody's just like, Kevin, just say fuck the guy and be done with it. I'm like, no, I can't erase these questions in my head. It's my stupid devil's advocate being like, but he does have a point though. I'm like, I mean, yes, but still fuck him. And just like, yeah, but like, can you? I'm just like, no.
Kevin, sorry to do a quick tangent, but I'm looking at the PlayStation Plus games, like, kind of browsing, seeing if I feel like playing anything new.
Yeah.
And does Dragon Quest XI have a demake mode?
Are you looking at 11S?
Yeah, Definitive Edition.
So the Definitive Edition allows you to play it top down, yeah.
Yeah, it's got even with the battle screens, are like old school, like 8-bit or 16-bit Dragon Quest.
Yep,
That's
let me
kinda
just
I
save
like
real
that.
quick.
That's kind of funny. I appreciate that.
No, it's great.
You can-
It's
you
like
can
for
play
those
it
people
in
that want the
demake
classic
mode.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. They tried to introduce the 3D camera though. Oh, that's the Ginza line. Ah, I hate this part. I don't know what the Ginza line is. Is this the Ginza line? Okay. Is that how you pronounce it? Do I go up these stairs? The hardest part of the game, navigating in a language you don't understand.
It was a problem I had with fucking with the Digimon Cyber Sleuth games. Is I would like come back to the game after a while. And it's like, go to this location. It's like, cool.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Also, I want to point out that we're in Station Square from Sonic Adventure. Man, this place looks different.
I mean, if we had like if we had a list of every fucking game and RPG that included going to like Shibuya Station and all that, we'd be here all day.
Yeah.
True.
Sonic, what are you doing here?
Hey, I'm just getting some chili dogs.
Alex the Lion, what the hell are you doing?
It was me, Joker. I'm causing the mental shutdowns. Gotta go fast.
So real quick with Logan Paul. And like,
raining outside?
look, Logan Paul's guilty for the crypto shit. 'Cause it is his company, and that's just final. That it's final. That's it.
Like, you can argue like, oh, where did it go wrong and what led to this? He's still the one at the top.
It's his watch. Secondly,
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
That's
It's
what
just
the-
like he definitely is accountable for all this. Even if like
that's what the
he
big
put his
thing-
manager in charge.
I
of,
get
like,
what Kevin's trying to say. It's like figuring out how much of it was him and how much was
yeah,
others.
Tim, I'm actually agreeing with you. I'm just really upset about the whole issue. It makes my blood boil.
No, yeah, that's completely fair.
That's what the big thing. I think that one is kind of out of his
It's like-
control because
Well, it's still like he's got a bad track record of like getting like
basically
pets for the
like
sake of like internet
with the
stuff.
information we've been given, it does come off like he's trying to clean his hands of any responsibility.
Which is pretty scummy. It was your pet. It was your responsibility.
See-
And the fact that you like gave it away to someone else without properly making sure it would be taken care of beyond that is still your
the
responsibility.
reason I really don't like people like Logan Paul is because they friggin' Mario jump off of people to success. Like they
Yeah,
leave so
not
many
only-
people in that
no
ditch.
matter how much elaborate bullshit he gets involved in, never forget this man recorded himself like encountering a dead body in a place notorious for the amount of suicides in it, and then chose to still upload it for cloud.
Man, this was supposed to be a fun, happy time RPG. Like, oh man, this is my childhood classic game. I fucking love this. And then I got reminded of the disasters of the world, and I'm just like, god damn it. Like, look, there's
childhood classic game.
You know, Kevin, I'm sorry. You're right. Let's go stop the sexually harassing and possibly assaulting teacher.
that hasn't happened yet. But look, it's a girl. She looked at us. She smiled. Is that going to go anywhere? Who knows?
Experience that. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Yeah, no, outside.
That was too mean of
There's
her.
no way.
You want me to give you a ride to school?
Like, look at this nice man offering her a ride. Like, clearly there's nothing wrong with this.
Oh, he's a murderer. It's just like in that other game I won't spoil right now.
Now, like,
Oh,
I only say this because his whole level is basically the tutorial. Spoiler alert: he's a fucking like tyrant who like physically and emotionally abuses his like athletes at the school, as well as like sexually harassing and possibly assaulting his female students.
Okay, so have you
I also
guys ever
like-
played a little game called Life is Strange?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Can I interject and say that like the app picks up on like how like the names of the people and it gives them like the location, and this whole setting scene is like he doesn't even say Kamoshida's name. It's just like pervy teacher, and the app is already like, I got you, home slice.
I know exactly who he's talking about.
Yeah. This
Gotcha.
bitch.
Vulgar.
I don't know why I did that.
I love before he introduces himself, he's just vulgar boy.
Vulgar boy.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fucking made up sidekick from a cartoon.
No,
And then like here it is. It's all gonna accidentally come together. We're like,
you're from
The
Also,
king of the
I hate
cats.
Kamoshida's chin. I really do.
Why?
No, that's not Kamoshida. Kamoshida's the gym teacher.
You're wearing a shirt.
Oh, yeah.
whose
no,
chin
it's
do
just-
you hate?
Kamoshida's.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen you.
I know the character design is meant to make him look like douchey and a prick, but I hate it.
Training.
Yeah, of course.
It's
Also,
physically unpleasant to look at.
by the way, this is the first time we're entering the metaverse. It's completely on accident.
Whoopsie daisy.
we
No,
we
yeah,
have to
I
do
remember
all
this
this
part.
complicated shit to find the code words. We nail it first strike.
Hey guys, know what's funny?
What? Oh, we're back here, by the way. What's funny?
I probably spent about $10 on the pilot for co-op mode,
There was a
and the
terrorist
special effects in that
attack.
show still look better than the billions of dollars I went to the metaverse.
Damn.
Wow.
You say that like it's none of your business.
They spent $1 billion on this game?
No. The Mark Zuckerberg metaverse.
Oh, I was just gonna play it off like that place.
On that day.
Like, literally, as soon as Mark Zuckerberg announced that he's making a place called the Metaverse, I was like, I fucking pulled out my Persona 5 album. I was like, here we fucking go.
No, that's another thing people are upset with him about. Is he's fucking ruining that term for everyone.
I know, I was like, bitch,
An ordinary prep school that could be found. That's what it
let me
should
into the
be.
castles, let me steal some treasure, you son of a bitch.
What happened
Mark,
around
here's the thing
that
with Mark
time?
Zuckerberg. If Mark Zuckerberg has anything he
Truthfully.
purchased as like that can be considered treasure, I can guarantee you it's the tackiest shit you've ever seen.
Probably.
Oh, I'm sure.
Am I being mean to a billionaire? Yes.
Ah,
I'm allowed
crap, I
to.
left the camera setting on. God damn it.
Oh yeah, for the
Yeah. Such a bad shot of me. That's not a good angle. How am I supposed to tell
sorry.
girls I woke up like this?
the stream like or the game like cuts to like the POV of his phone's front-facing camera.
Oh, no.
Oh, pocket cam. The one cam everybody's been dying for.
It's like when you're playing a DS game and the DS screen goes black for a second and you have to look at yourself.
The true Black Mirror.
It's the one nobody wants.
Yeah. Huh.
Remember that episode of Black Mirror where
Oh.
Wyatt
Where the
Russell?
politician fucks a pig and it's based on a real thing.
I was gonna go with a more pleasant story, but actually, is it more? No,
I
it
mean,
is.
I should
The one I was
probably.
gonna go with is about a man whose brain gets destroyed by a video game, but that's more pleasant than that first episode.
Should I drop a giant spoiler and say this entire chapter is going to be very unpleasant to people?
I
Sure.
mean, yeah, again, it's literally like going through like this creepy pervert gym teacher's like vision of the school that he's a teacher at.
Yeah.
So every gym teacher we've ever had. I'm just kidding. My gym teachers were pretty solid.
Where the hell are we?
This should
be
be
the
the school.
What fucking what was I about?
Service. Where do we end?
I don't remember, honestly. I got super distracted by
Oh
the
right.
really
There's an
bad-
episode of Black Mirror where Wyatt Russell, who's most of you probably know best as a U.S. agent from the Marvel movies. Yeah, he
Say that, but he hasn't actually been in the movies yet.
MCU.
Who are you?
He
Man, your costumes and prep.
he's in an episode where he tries out a VR game, and basically,
Hey,
here's the basic gist of the episode. Hideo Kojima made a VR game.
Oopsie daisy.
You already know where this is going.
it's real.
Like even like I'm not saying that it's supposed to be Hideo Kojima, but it's supposed to be Hideo Kojima. I've only ever played one Kojima game, and I liked it.
Which one?
That's all I could say.
The hell you think you're?
It was Phantom Pains, by the way.
Yeah, that's fair.
I see.
I didn't play any of the old school Metal Gear Solid games, and I want to. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
They look very good.
Hey.
They're also run off tank controls.
Which is part of the reason why I've pushed it off.
But a lot of old shooters do.
I know.
Like, I'm not saying that excuses it. It's just a weird design thing of the time.
Wait.
Like,
Well-
Resident Evil used to run on tank controls. Nobody likes it, but it happened.
I don't want to make this weird, but who are these handcuffs designed for?
Stop.
Like,
I mean,
our
there's
hands
no
are
way
too
to not
small.
There's no way to not make Kamoshida's palace weird.
Look. I mean, look, I didn't mean it, like, in any weird way. I'm just like, these are too big for our arms. What are we going to do?
That's a good point.
That's what I
That's a good
mean, you sick. Just because we're in a perverted teacher's castle doesn't mean that they're used for that.
I mean, we're also in the dungeon of said perverted teacher's castle.
Have you guys ever seen that movie Good Boys? The movie with the three kids. It's a Seth Rogen comedy.
I remember the marketing for it, but I never actually saw it.
There's a bit in the movie where they go in their one of the kids' parents' bedroom and they have it's a sex swing. And they're like, "Oh, your parents have a swing in their room? That's sick."
That they stole that joke from Community.
Fuck that. Oh shit, you're right. You are 100% right.
From one of my favorite episodes where they have to find Pierce in his dad's creepy house.
It's a great episode too. Here's the thing: that movie actually is really funny, and I've always described it best as it's like if Ed, Edd and Eddy was rated R.
Also, in that, also never forget in Community, Pierce's half brother is fucking Gus from Breaking Bad.
I mean, if I want anybody to be my half brother, it would be that guy. I know he's a acclaimed actor. I'll never be able to pronounce his name properly, and I'm sorry.
Yep. Oh no.
Huh? Wait.
I'm missing something in here. There's some rupees there. I'm playing Ocarina of Time, by the way. I've been
Yeah, of course.
really trying to beat this game.
I really do not like the human form of this guy.
What do you mean, Kamoshida?
Yeah. Kamoshida's shadow specifically.
Oh, you mean the fact that he's in a cape and a mankini?
Oh my god,
Mankini?
it's not a thong, it's a mankini. Even worse.